Shalom, Kol Halo Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Merkah. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. And Shalom and salutations to all the brothers I push to the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. Little update. This war could jump off at any minute. We'll start right here at Joel 3 and 9. I'm going to make this real quick. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the natural Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. We see that taking place right now. Okay. Don't Speak News, July 28th. War news. U.S. Ronald Reagan carrier strike group deploys to South China Sea for Pelosi visit. What is this? It's an escort. Okay. They're basically going out there to provide cover for Pelosi's plane that will be shot down and start World War III if it goes that far. Okay? And here's the information, right? This thing is spiraling out of control. All right? It could get started pretty quick here, although we know the least of the flock has to have something to do with it. But let's watch this. Just a second.
U.S. military making plans in case Pelosi travels to Taiwan. Everyone, Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News. Here we go. Well, I'll just get down to the middle of the story here where we get to the meat of the story. Asked about planned military steps to protect Pelosi in the event of a visit, U.S. General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, said Wednesday that discussion of any specific travel is premature. But, he added, if there's a decision that made that the speaker or anyone else is going to travel and they ask for military support, we will do what is necessary to ensure safe conduct of their visit. And I'll just leave it at that. And there you go. I'll just leave this story at that because that's basically the heart of the matter. Now, to go along with that,
I mean, they would not have sent a carrier strike group. What is a carrier? It's an aircraft carrier for planes. Okay, and strike group means that's a whole bunch of boats. It's a naval operation with naval planes, like the Blue Angels are Navy airplanes. Okay? You got the Air Force, and then you got the Navy. And you got planes in the Navy too. You got planes in the Air Force, you got planes in the Navy too. What's going on? You don't do this unless you go walking into a war, potential war. Okay? You could have said, okay, well, we're not going to send Pelosi. All right. You just back down. Nope, you're walking straight into it. You wouldn't send war news. USS Ronald Reagan carrier strike group deploys south to South China Sea. That means she's going. Okay? What do you mean in case she travels to Taiwan? Why are you sending a carrier strike group if they haven't decided already that she's going? You're not putting the cart before the horse. All right? And then, I mean, even if she goes or if she doesn't go, you can create a false flag and say that she did shoot down a plane or a drone or whatever you want to, and you know, never let a good crisis go to waste. You know how you devils get in.
appears they are making plans as the USS Ronald Reagan strike group enters the South China Sea for Pelosi's Taiwan visit. So they are deploying guys and they're getting ready for this.
Look at that. Look at the strike group.
China Sea for Pelosi's Taiwan visit.
Right there. Here's the carrier. You got battleships, frigates, and look at that. This is about war. Okay? This is about war. You know some U-boats that you're not able to see. which would be a submarine for you that don't understand what a U-boat is.
So they are deploying guys, and they're getting ready for this. They wouldn't be deploying the Ronald Reagan and the strike group, including a guided missile destroyer and a guided missile cruiser, if Pelosi wasn't actually going to go.
Guided missile.
So Chinese analysts, actually the Chinese military, I should say, is not going to sit idly by. They have already warned the U.S. that they are fully prepared for all scenarios. And Chinese analysts have said the strong warnings from the Chinese military meant that the Chinese People's Liberation Army is well prepared for all possible challenges if Pelosi visits the island. And they advised the PLA rocket force to conduct drills with new missiles, targeting any possible U.S. aircraft carriers and other large military vessels that may be involved in Pelosi's visit. Just like the Ronald Reagan, I would say. It almost seems like this is being set up for them to be destroyed, and Pelosi's plane maybe to be shot down, and then we go to war. I mean, it just feels like that.
Oh, yeah.
You see, guys, China can't allow this. They can't allow Pelosi and potentially Mike Pompeo's talked about going with her. He's offered to anyway. You know, the Chinese can't afford that kind of a PR stunt over on Taiwan, saying they stand with the Taiwanese people. So what's going to happen? Well, I guess we're going to find out if and when she makes this trip. So now the green light for the Chinese army to intervene has been given. And the U.S. has sent the USS Ronald Reagan to Taiwan. And the People's Army of China has said Pelosi will not land. So here we go.
This is not small. This is not small. This goes directly to war with China over Taiwan. How does it start? This might be the start. All right.
U.S. and China are on a tightrope as the Pentagon ordered the Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier and its battle group to head to the Taiwan Strait in preparation for Pelosi's visit. They say the aircraft carrier is in a hurry to get there as China and the U.S. are beefing up their presence. U.S. officials told the Associated Press if the visit takes place, the military will increase the movement of forces and assets in the Indo-Pacific region. Well, they're doing just that. They also said fighter jets, ships, surveillance vehicles, and other aircraft are likely to be used to provide overlapping rings of protection for Pelosi's flight and arrival in Taiwan. China strengthens its forces. Fighter replacements have been put in place. There's been second and third warnings from China.
Wow.
So let's just go straight to the video here. You can see the translation below as we look at what the Chinese actually had to say when asked about what will happen if the U.S. becomes, if Pelosi visits. Let's just leave it at that.
美国的一个官员表示，
A U.S. official said that if Pelosi goes to Taiwan, the military would increase its movement of forces in the Asia Pacific. Okay, that's Babylon saying that.
如果佩洛西访问台湾，美国军方将增加在亚太地区的军事活动，包括战
Including
斗
fighter
机。
jets.
那你对此有
What
何
is your
回应？这
comment?
个？
这些天
Perhaps
你
you
恐
missed our briefings in the past few
怕
days.
来吧，我们
We have reportedly made clear our firm opposition to Speaker Pelosi's potential visit to
已
Taiwan.
经多次表明坚决反对佩洛西众议长访台的严正立场。如果美方
If the U.S. side insists on making the visit and challenges China's red line, it will be met with resolute countermeasures.
一意孤行，挑战中方底线，必将遭到坚决反制。
The
由
U.S. must assume full responsibility for any serious consequence
此
arising thereof.
引起的一切后果，完全由美方承担。
Yes, and the consequences could be very grave. So China's Ministry of Defense, we are fully prepared. We will not stand idly by if Pelosi visits the island of Taiwan. China is fully prepared for any eventuality regarding U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's planned trip to Taiwan. If the U.S. insists, the military will not stand idly by, and strong measures will be taken to prevent any outside interference and separatist attempts at Taiwan independence.
Okay, so this news is about half a week, maybe 4 or 5 days old, but it's growing. Okay, sending a carrier strike group ahead of the operation That's new news. This thing is escalating. Okay, it's getting serious. All right. If they start shooting at each other, what's going to happen? That's the war for Taiwan. Okay, and Babylon can't afford to do that while giving arms and cover and air support and logistics to the Ukraine. That's two fronts, right? And then what? Then Rocket Man over there, Kim Jong-un, then he makes an incursion into South Korea. Then you got three fronts, all right? As if this wasn't already planned. And then, if the least of the flock keeps messing around in Syria, and Iran goes over there and starts bombing, who's supposed to come to the rescue? Babylon the Great. So they're getting stretched thin, just like they did in the ancient Roman Empire.
You see, guys, that's just it. That last sentence there. It's outside interference, which would mean Pelosi and whoever is with her, and then standing with the separatists in Taiwan, talking about independence. They can't have that. They can't have that kind of press right off of their shores. So Chinese analysts had such strong warnings from the Chinese military, means the Chinese People's Liberation Army is well prepared for all possible challenges. Now, another spokesman for the Chinese Ministry of National Defense said that if Pelosi, as the number 3 politician, visits Taiwan, it's a serious violation of the One China principle and the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques and will seriously damage China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as the political basis of China-U.S. relations. It would certainly cause serious damage to bilateral military relations and lead to an escalation of tensions in the Taiwan Strait. China demands that the U.S. fulfill its commitment to not support Taiwan's secession and that Pelosi not visit Taiwan. So there you go, guys. I don't know how much more clear they can make it. They don't want Pelosi there, period. And the U.S., for their part, well, they're doubling down. It sounds like they're going to send her because why would they be making all these moves with the Reagan and their strike group and other planes and other ships if they weren't going to go, if they weren't going to send her? So, yeah, this is making out for the beginning of the actual shooting war between China and the USA to go along with everything else in the world. So, wars, rumors of wars indeed. I'll keep my eyes on things as always. Stay tuned as I got.
All right, there you have it. Good. That's good reporting there, Johnny Storm. And we'll keep going back if you're going to be accurate like that. And I mean, this is cutting. They're not going to show you this on CNN or Fox. All right. And Johnny ain't going to filter it through the scriptures. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. China would have never went up against Babylon the Great like that. China has those hypersonic missiles just like Vlad does. Right? So China's a player in World War III. All right? All right, so that's good. That's good enough for today. Let's get World War III on the way out. And then we got one more tomorrow, so be not dismayed. It's Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe, World War II, is past. And behold, the third woe, World War III, cometh quickly. As you can see, hey, it might be declared here very soon. All right? You know Vlad is in cahoots with Xi. Right? They're all together now. They done made their little deals. Now everybody, each side is going to provoke the other until it's on and cracking. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified. You brothers and few sisters, with that, we can say shalom.